Hey guys, in this video I want to go over which Roku remotes work with which Roku devices or Roku TVs. So we're going to start off here with the Roku streaming stick, which is a little bit different than the rest. It doesn't have infrared capabilities built into it. Since it has the male HDMI built right into the device, more often than not it's going to be behind your TV, which means it doesn't receive a very good infrared signal. And with that being the case, the only remotes that you can use with this are the Wi-Fi capable Roku remotes. These are the ones that have pairing buttons on the back of them. So the ones that Roku sells right now are the Roku Voice Remote and Voice Remote Pro. We can see on the back of these remotes we have a pairing button right here. I also have a much older Roku remote. It actually doesn't have infrared built into it at all, and we can see that by the difference at the top of this remote compared to these other remotes. You can see they have this darker black area there at the top, which means they have infrared capabilities. But anyways, this older remote, it has a pairing button right here under the battery case, and that means we can pair it over Wi-Fi using that capability. Whereas some of these other Roku remotes actually don't have a pairing button at all, meaning that they can't work with the Roku streaming stick. So we can see this Roku TV remote that I have, it doesn't have a pairing button here on the back. If I open the case, there's no button in there. And then the Roku standard remote, if I open up this case, it doesn't have that pairing button. So these ones with infrared that don't have the pairing button aren't going to work with the Roku streaming stick. Now, the Roku Express is a streaming device that has the female HDMI port, so you're going to need a cord to plug one side in to this port and then the other end into your TV. And since you have that cord, you can pull this device out from behind your TV and it's going to be able to receive an infrared signal. And because of that, we're going to be using the Roku standard remote with this device. It's also referred to as the Roku Simple Remote. I'll post a purchase link down in the description to this newer remote, as well as the Roku Voice Remote Pro, which is going to work on almost any Roku device since it has a pairing button on the back and it also has that IR capability. This standard Roku remote isn't going to work with Roku TVs. So these are Roku devices that don't have a separate device that you have to plug into them. They just have the Roku operating system built right into the TV itself. We're going to use a Roku remote that has a power button. And of course, if you have a Roku remote that comes with your Roku TV, so this one is from a TCL Roku TV. And with this particular remote, for instance, I'm able to use it on any of my Roku TVs. I just have to point it at the TV and it starts working. Whereas the more expensive Roku Voice Remote or Voice Remote Pro, this one also works with Roku TVs. It has that power button here at the top, so we know that we're able to use them with Roku TVs, but this one isn't able to work with multiple Roku TVs for me at the same time. I have to pair it to a specific TV using this pairing button, and then I'm able to use it in that instance. But to kind of round things out at the end of this video, I just want to quickly recap. So the Roku streaming stick has the male HDMI port. It doesn't work with infrared Roku remotes. You're going to need a Wi-Fi capable Roku remote that has a pairing button, and you're able to use those with the Roku streaming sticks. The Roku Express is going to work with the simple or standard Roku remote. It doesn't have a power button for the TV remotes. It doesn't have a pairing button. And then we have Roku TVs. And I have a picture here of a Roku TV. So essentially these are just going to be TVs that you buy that have Roku built into them. You don't need a separate device. And you can use the Roku Voice Remote Pro or whichever remote comes with the TV itself. And these remotes have power and volume functionality that you can use with these TVs. Now, I found that this TCL Roku TV remote doesn't have a pairing button. It actually just works with any Roku TV that I go up to, and it just starts working immediately. Whereas the Voice Remote Pro, I actually have to pair it specifically to whichever TV that I'd like to use it to, and then you can use it in those cases. So I hope this video is helpful going over the different kinds of Roku remotes and which ones you want to use depending on which device or TV that you have. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can throw those down in the comment section.